Welcome to a cinematic guide where we decode flirting without words using salsa, bachata, and kizomba. In this step-by-step journey, you will learn how your body speaks trust, attraction, and playfulness long before your lips do. This is not theory. It is a practical dance code you can use on your next date night to build chemistry, communicate clearly, and feel closer than ever. Ready to let rhythm carry the conversation? What if your body already knew how to flirt, and all you needed was rhythm to translate it? Most couples talk more and connect less because their words fight their nervous systems. The gap is not feelings. It is a missing channel, a silent bandwidth where trust and attraction breathe. Salsa, bachata, and kizomba are not just dances. They are structured conversations without words. Each step is a syllable, each lead a punctuation mark, each pause a cliffhanger. The problem is, we try to impress with moves instead of communicating with presence. When that happens, shoulders tense, smiles get glued on, and the magic thins out. Here's the twist. The simplest technique can unlock the most chemistry. Think of it as learning a new alphabet for the same heart. We will map 3 dance languages to 3 flavors of connection: playful, romantic, and grounded. Along the way, you will learn micro-signals that say yes, maybe, or not yet, with kindness. You will discover how to turn mistakes into inside jokes and how to turn shyness into suspense. You will feel what it is like to share balance, not just share steps. Expect exercises you can try on your next date night and at your next social. Expect science that explains why a shared beat drops walls faster than the perfect line. And expect a practical code you can follow even if you think you have 2 left feet. By the end, you will not just dance better, you will listen better. Let us step into the first phrase together. Why does a shared beat feel like a secret? Because your brain loves synchrony. Research on interpersonal coordination shows that moving in time boosts trust, ramps up empathy, and releases oxytocin. Mirror neurons fire when you witness another body matching your rhythm, and the nervous system softens its guard. The problem is, we rarely enter this state on purpose. We stumble into it and then call it chemistry. Here's the fix. Create synchrony by design. Start with breath, then with weight shifts, then with steps. The smaller the sync, the bigger the bond. In one study, strangers who walked in step later reported greater affinity than those who did not. Dancers have known this for centuries and built rituals to harness it. Salsa does it through quick, playful patterns that require cooperative attention. Bachata does it through slower, tender pulses that invite shared feeling. Kizomba does it through grounded micro-leads that reward patient listening. Each is a doorway to the same room, regulated hearts and curious eyes. The conflict arises when one person chases moves and the other chases connection. Solve it by syncing first, styling second. When you can breathe together, you can flirt without words. Next, let us decode how each dance speaks its dialect. Imagine the dance floor as a marketplace of languages. Salsa is playful banter, fast footwork, cheeky pauses, and bright horns. Bachata is romantic storytelling, elongated vowels in the hips, and guitar that lingers on each measure. Kizomba is grounded poetry, low to the floor, velvety bass, and micro whispers in the lead. The problem is when we speak one dialect to someone listening for another. If you try kizomba patience in a salsa break, it feels like lag. If you bring salsa chatter to a kizomba track, it feels like noise. Here's the simple map. Salsa says, "Let us play." Bachata says, "Let us feel." Kizomba says, "Let us listen." In salsa, the frame is slightly open, weight forward, and communication happens through compression and quick releases. In bachata, the frame breathes wider, hips mark a gentle pendulum, and eye contact slows. In kizomba, the embrace is closer yet respectful. Chest stare axis without collapsing posture, and feet whisper along the floor. Each choice communicates boundaries and intention without a single word. The mini-conflict is pace versus presence. The resolution is to match the soundtrack's emotional temperature. Start the night playful with salsa, warm the middle with bachata, and land the finale with kizomba for grounded calm. Now, let us set the rules that make all of this safe and inviting. Before we get fancy, consent is our meter and melody. The most magnetic flirt is the one that makes the other person feel safe. Without safety, every lead feels loud and every follow feels stiff. The common problem is that people confuse closeness with permission. The fix is micro check-ins that are built into the dance itself. Try the consent frame. When you first connect, ask with your hand, not your mouth, by offering a gentle frame and waiting for an answering tone. If the follow returns equal tone, proceed. If they soften away, widen the space. Use the comfort scale from 1 to 5 in your own mind and aim for a 3, the sweet spot of presence without pressure. In close dances like Bachata and Kizomba, let your chest be honest and your posture lifted, so there is contact without collapse. If you sense any hesitation, step out, smile, and reset the distance. That is leadership, not retreat. For hand placements, stay above the waistline on the back and avoid drifting hands. Clarity is kindness. The mini conflict is eagerness versus respect, and respect always wins the long flirt. As the music shifts, renegotiate the space with a light squeeze or a breath cue. When consent feels woven into the frame, both partners relax and the dance can bloom. With safety in place, we can build the instrument that carries emotion, your pulse and your tone. Your body speaks with pulse and tone before it speaks with shapes. Pulse is your timing and breath. Tone is the firmness of your frame. The mistake is to fix tone without matching pulse, which feels like pushing a door that is actually sliding. Begin with the breath sync. 2 inhales, slow exhale, then step. Then find the micro sway that marks the beat without moving feet. When that pulse aligns, shape the frame like an instrument. Think of toned forearms and relaxed fingers. In salsa, your tone is a touch brighter and springy. In bachata, it is a touch softer and elastic. In kizomba, it is anchored yet supple. The conflict appears when one partner is rigid and the other is liquid. Solve it by dialing to a shared 3 out of 5 and checking with a gentle squeeze to confirm. Use the axis test. If you can move your partner without moving their spine, you are using arms instead of frame. Correct by connecting shoulder to shoulder through the back, not the biceps. Now your offers will feel like invitations, not instructions. With pulse and tone calibrated, you are ready to lead and follow with generosity. Great leads do not push, they offer. Great follows do not guess, they interpret. The common issue is a tug of war where both lose the music. To fix it, imagine your lead as a question and your follow as an answer. In salsa, offer a cross-body lead by drawing a clear lane with your core, not your hands. Let the follow choose the speed and you match it like a good sentence with punctuation. If they hesitate, that is your comma. If they accelerate, that is your exclamation. In bachata, lead a body wave as a suggestion through your spine, so the follow can echo it without feeling showcased. In kizomba, use micro changes in weight to propose, not impose. The mini conflict is control versus collaboration, and collaboration always wins the crowd and the heart. Practice the slow motion drill where you dance at half speed and narrate internally with questions. Would you like to turn, pause, or travel? Then listen for the answer in the frame, not the eyes. When the offer-answer loop is alive, the dance becomes a duet instead of a demo. This generosity makes room for the other person's style, which is the seed of true chemistry. Next, we make that chemistry musical. Music is the third partner whispering what to do next. The problem is most of us listen only with our feet. Upgrade to 3-level listening. Feet catch the beat, torso catches the phrase, eyes catch the story. In salsa, notice the breaks and the horns. Hit the break together, and the room will feel your bond. In bachata, let the guitar guide your hips through even waves, and linger on the last count to create a sigh. In kizomba, let the bass drum plant your steps while the melody paints micro pauses. Try call and response. 1 bar of simple steps, 1 bar of playful accent. The conflict shows up as overstyling that drowns the partner. Solve it by matching accents like a wink, not a shout. Use the rule of 3. 3 simple measures. 1 expressive measure, repeat. When you both land a musical moment, you make an audience breathe with you, even if that audience is just the 2 of you. This is where silent flirtation becomes visible spark. Next, we will talk about eyes, smiles, and the art of not staring. Eyes and smiles are the punctuation marks of silent flirting. The trap is to lock eyes like a staring contest or avoid them like a secret. Use the 2-second rule. Meet eyes for 1 to 2 counts, then let your gaze return to the frame. Add the triangular gaze, moving from eyes to hands to footwork and back, which reads as confident and warm. Smile with the exhale, not as a mask. Your partner can feel the difference in your shoulders. In salsa, quick glances say we are playing. In bachata, softer eyes say we are sharing. In Kizomba, smaller smiles say we are listening. The conflict is self-consciousness that makes every look feel loaded. Resolve it by treating eye contact as a beat marker, not a confession. If a moment feels too intense, look to the side, reset your breath, and re-enter with lightness. Keep humor handy. A tiny eyebrow lift on a musical hit can become your signature. As the eyes relax, the whole frame breathes. This small skill prevents mixed signals while keeping the flirt alive. With eyes speaking gently, we can design the arc of a full song. Every great 3-minute dance tells a story with a beginning, middle, and end. Start with an opening handshake of movement, simple steps, shared breath, and a light joke in the feet. Build the middle with escalating patterns that test trust without testing nerves. Save 1 or 2 signature moments for the peak, like a clean salsa break hit or a bachata body wave that lands on the guitar's sigh. Then exhale the ending with a gentle travel step that returns you both to center. The mistake is to peak in the first 20 seconds and have nowhere to go. Another mistake is to ignore the partner's energy and perform for imaginary cameras. The conflict is showmanship versus partnership. Resolve it by pacing the arc to the music and to the person in your arms. Use the 4-chapter plan: hello, curiosity, sparkle, gratitude. In Kizomba, the arc is subtler. You walk, you paint pauses, you reveal tiny details as trust accrues. In salsa, the arc is brighter. You trade playful offers that gradually widen smiles. In bachata, the arc is tender. You stretch time without collapsing boundaries. End with a thank you that the body understands. A soft squeeze, a shared breath, a step back with a smile. Now let us ground your walk so every step reads as intention. Kizomba teaches the power of the walk. Most tension lives in the ankles and the jaw, and both ruin the glide. The goal is to let gravity do the work while you guide intention. Start with a neutral spine, chest lifted, and hips quietly under you. Imagine your feet warming the floor rather than stomping it. Use small steps that whisper, not shout. The conflict is urgency that tramples nuance. Solve it by halving your stride and doubling your attention to weight transfers. Feel the heel collect the ground, then roll to the ball with a soft knee. Your partner reads these microsignals like braille through the frame. Practice the shadow drill. The follow mirrors your walk with a 1-beat delay, then you switch roles. In close embrace, keep sternum contact respectful and buoyant, never collapsed. If you step on toes, pause, smile, and reset from the breath. The elegance lives in restraint, and restraint reads as confidence. Once your walk is clean, every other style benefits, including your salsa and bachata. Next, we will turn mistakes into charm. Every dancer trips. The art is turning the stumble into a flirt. When a hand misses or a foot hesitates, most people freeze and apologize too much. That breaks the spell. Instead, mark it with humor and a musical reset. Use the oops to charm move. Smile with your eyes, add a tiny shoulder roll on the next beat, and reoffer the lead more clearly. In salsa, miss a turn? Slow down, do a basic. Hit the next break together like you planned it. In bachata, if a body wave misfires, transition to a simple sway and breathe back into harmony. In Kizomba, if steps get tangled, stop for half a bar and walk out smooth. The conflict is perfectionism versus playfulness. Resolve it by remembering that laughter and novelty release tension and bond partners. Studies on shared laughter show it increases perceived closeness and resilience. So mistakes are not the enemy. They are opportunities for inside jokes the body remembers. When you celebrate the imperfect, your dance becomes human, not brittle. With resilience in place, let us build a 4-week date night blueprint. Connection grows when you repeat small wins. Here is a 4-week plan to turn dance into a bonding ritual. Week 1, 10 minutes of breath sync and pulse, then a simple salsa basic and crossbody lead at home, no pressure. Week 2, add bachata basics and a gentle body wave. Focus on the consent frame and comfort scale. Week 3, practice Kizomba walking and weight transfers. 5 songs total, 3 open, 2 close embrace. Week 4, go to a local social for 1 hour and dance 3 songs together and 3 with others. The conflict is inertia and nerves. Resolve it with tiny commitments and clear roles. One partner cues the music, the other cues the warm-up. Track your after-dance mood with a 1 to 5 score to see progress. Celebrate with a small ritual, like tea and a debrief. Notice how your conversations soften after shared movement. Expect shyness to fade and curiosity to grow. Expect fewer phone screens and more eye contact. By the end, you will have a relationship practice, not just a hobby. Next, let us cover etiquette so your chemistry thrives in the wild. Social dance runs on kindness. The fear is getting rejected or doing the wrong thing. Here is the etiquette that keeps the vibe bright. Ask with clarity and a smile. Offer an easy exit if they decline. Accept with warmth or decline with a friendly maybe later. Keep your hygiene game strong. A mint and a clean shirt are the real secret moves. Respect the space others set. Do not creep the frame tighter mid-song. Rotate partners if you are at a class or social, especially if you came as a couple. Scarcity kills growth. If you need to stop mid-song, signal it with a hand squeeze and a step back, then thank them. The conflict is ego versus community. Resolve it by remembering that every dance is a favor and a gift, not a right. Beware phone distractions on the dance floor. Presence is your most attractive trait. Compliment the feeling, not the tricks. Say your frame felt great rather than you crushed those turns. Close each dance with gratitude and a small bow of breath. This etiquette multiplies your invitations and your confidence. With the social game set, let us build chemistry through styling that matches consent and music. Styling can be spice or smoke. The mistake is to pour it on before you taste the dish. Start with consent-aligned styling. Only add accents that keep your partner comfortable and the music in focus. For leaders, use shoulder rolls, clean spins, and rhythm taps that do not yank the frame. For followers, use arm waves, hair combs, and foot taps that do not hijack balance. In salsa, style on the one or the break with crisp accents. In bachata, let your styling melt into the guitar's last count. In Kizomba, style in the pause, barely above a whisper. The conflict is attention-seeking versus attention-sharing. Solve it by adopting the 70-30 rule. 70% simple, 30% flair. Mirror your partner's energy. If they are minimal, keep it sleek. If they are expressive, match with generosity. Watch for crowded floors and shrink your shapes to keep neighbors safe. When styling serves the story, it reads as charm, not a show. Now let us bring in a mini case study to see how it plays out. Meet Maya and Leon, a couple who felt distant though they lived together. They texted from across the couch and argued about small things that were not the real issue. On date night 1, they tried the breath sync and a salsa basic in their kitchen. Maya laughed at a missed crossbody lead. Leon remembered the oops to charm move and reset with a grin. In week 2, bachata slowed them down and the consent frame turned awkwardness into curiosity. Week 3's Kizomba walk made them feel grounded, like their apartment had more floor than before. At the social, they danced 3 songs together and then with others. Jealousy never arrived because safety already lived in their frame. The conflict was their pattern of talking past each other. The dance gave them a new channel that did not require winning arguments. They started using the comfort scale during heavy conversations and found level 3 was their sweet spot. They learned that humor is a skill, not a mood. Their romance rekindled not with grand gestures, but with small nightly steps. They did not fix each other. They practiced together. The result was not perfect dance, but steady connection. This is what the code promises when you show up gently and consistently. Now, let us give you drills you can use tonight. If this guide helped you hear the language your body was already speaking, take it to the floor this week and let the music finish your sentences. Share your biggest aha or your funniest dance mistake in the comments so we can learn together. For more deep dives into connection, chemistry, and skillful play, tap subscribe and join our next session. Until then, keep it generous, keep it musical, and keep it human.